this live, allowing you to join me. Second of all, thank my day ones, my day twos, my day threes. Third of all, I have to say this because I never said. Thanks to the trolls of the channel also. Now, let's get straight into it. Russia, China, practicing military drills not too far from the United States. You see, I did a video earlier where I talk about how the Canadian US borders are up 743% with individuals coming into the United States. Now, I did the math. Alaska sits right on top of Canada. Alaska and Russia is 55 miles apart. See, when they show you the maps, they don't show you that side of Russia. They show you the opposite side, where it almost seems as if Russia sit on the other side of China. But yes, that's true when you're looking at the map, the other side. But when you're looking at it from Alaska standpoint, Russia is 55 miles from China. It's a well-known fact, all my Canadian friends in here, well-known fact that China is having military drills in Canada. Well-known fact. Okay? Now, this is an unspoken rule that all government officials have made. And they made the statement, they said this: we're going to fight Russia, but we're not going to declare that we're fighting Russia. We're going to give Ukraine everything they need to defeat Russia. Okay? Which in return makes this a everybody versus Russia war. You don't believe me? I did a video on spectrum developments where the Germany foreign minister says that it's a war against Russia, everybody versus Russia. Now, China have a police station in New York. Okay? A police station in New York. Drop a comment, guys. Drop a comment, because I'm looking at the comments too. China they got a police station in New York. California has passed in the law, a bill, 960, where you don't have to be a citizen to become a police. Now, who do you think coming across those Canada borders? Who do you think coming across those borders? You see, you notice, salute Sheriff from Raleigh. You notice all the imagery is at nighttime, right? And guess who prepared for war games in the winter, in the cold? Russia. Alaska, Canada, if they only got to come 55 miles, they don't have far to travel, guys. Who do you think is behind these power grid attacks? It's those individuals coming through the United States, Canada border, right? And this is what I say to anybody who pick a side, who want to say, well, Ukraine this, or they want to say Russia that. At the end of the day, what the United States is doing with the Russia situation, if Russia decide that they want to retaliate, it will affect you also. It won't just affect, it will affect you also. The food, the supply chains already jacked up. Whether you want to debate that it's man-made or you want to debate that it's natural causes, salute Matt. So at the end of the day, what's going on right now, it definitely affects you. See, I got people in the comment section saying, Russia not wrong, Russia not at fault, Russia this, Russia that. That's cool. You can have an opinion. You have no opinion. Everybody have an opinion. The problem with that is that if Russia decide that they want to go after the grids, and that's what they're, and that's if that's them doing that, ask the individuals who lost power when their grids got attacked how they feel. If how they feel. At the end of the day, you will suffer from any type of strike or action over here taken because decisions our government making with other people countries. If anything happened over here, you will suffer. And I realize the internet is so big that is individuals from other countries. Some of them just want to see the United States fall. I realize that. I do realize it. And you have to know how to separate the two. You know, you have to separate the two. That's why I always say I thank the Most High every single live I do. Every single live I do. I don't represent a political party. I'm an independent thinker. I use the Most High common sense to make judgment on what I feel I need to give my opinion on. And common sense tells me that if you got people coming through Mexico, United States border, and you got people coming through Canada, United States border, these soldiers are already here. Same way America get individuals in those countries, they already here. They have people in place already. This is what they call spies, already in place. So if the generator, if not the generator, if the power grid ever was to become under attack and we lose it, you better believe some things gonna get interesting. You better believe it. So this is why I see it the way I see it. And when I say, like Sherry said, like she said, when I say 743%, right? That's thousands and thousands and thousands of people. You see, you're looking at the South. I don't think about this, right? Why would Russians or even China go? A guy from China can't disguise themselves coming across no border. Why would a Russian fly all the way to the South and come across the border when Alaska is 55 miles from Russia? Make it make sense. Alaska is 55 miles from Russia. See, I watch some YouTube channels, and there's people who talk about prepping and talk about this and talk about that. And the main subject is the United States. But they forget that Alaska sits on top of Russia. I mean, on top of Canada. And Russia is 55 miles away. So that means Russia, if they was to ever try to do anything on land, it's going to come from the top. It's going to come from the top through Canada with China. That's why they're doing those exercise drills. Because a long time ago, Canada belonged to Russia. I mean, it's owned by the royal family, but technically it belonged to Russia. And the United States, they bought Alaska. All that was Russian territory. Alaska was Russian territory. United States bought that. This is why Canada is in between. The royal family owned Canada. This is why when I post videos about True Dad and Pierre, people miss the big fish. The big fish is they work for the royal family. They work for the royal family. One bird, two wings, same thing. Did you see the illegals who refused to leave to the country? Yes, listen. That's just like the video I did about California passing Bill 960 for non-residents to be police. Non-residents to be police. Make it make sense. You know, make it make sense. This is what we're going through right now. Let's talk about it. Let's go in depth. That's just like an illegal immigrant can get a food stamp card or food stamps and don't have no identification number, and you can't. You know, they can go get food stamps, living arrangements, all these things. Their kids could go to any school, anything, and they do not have a identification number. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And the government will give them anything before they give it to you. They will give it to them, and they'll give it to another country before they give it to you. When they come down and giving it to you, they're gonna talk about the deficit, and they're gonna talk about uh, uh, shutdowns and all type of other things. But you're still putting your money into that pot, that pot to take care of individuals who not putting nothing in that pot. I'm gonna come into the comment section. Russia, China, Iran. Yes, they do have bases in Venezuela, and also, if I'm not mistaken, it's Venezuela and Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, definitely Venezuela. Definitely. You see, and people not paying attention to this type of things, that they're paying attention, like people want to live in a dream that, yes, hey, yes, I do. The Most High, the creator of the sun, the moon, the universe, the stars, the ocean. If you could tell me, if you tell me somebody else, if you could tell me who created that, I believe in that individual. So I believe in that individual who created those things. Everybody who been rock with the channel know that's what I believe in. No, that's what I believe in. So my thing is, if you look at it from a standpoint, right? This is why I always say, right, skin town salute. And this is why I always say, have water, have canned goods. I always say those two things. I never get on here and say go buy this knife and go buy this and go buy that, and try to sell you guys things. Yeah, I got my little hats right here. That's the only thing I have right there. But I never got on here and say buy this, buy that, because it's like at the end of the day, water and food is what matters. That's what matters. And you never know what situation or circumstances you're gonna be in where you can't make that store run. You know, where you can't make that store run, because if it hit the fan, these people already here. They got to do a lockdown, because guess what? It's an open country. They don't know who's who. They have to do a lockdown. A lockdown. People don't want a lockdown, but they would have to do a lockdown because you only got so many people came across their borders. You don't know who's who. The only battle you have to worry about are the ones in your heart. That's the thing. You don't know who's who. So in the event of a situation like that was to transpire, they already have people here in place, just as well as we got people in their countries. So if things hit the fan, that you have to have a lockdown, because you could be walking the street with somebody who been indoctrinated to not like you because of a country that you're from, and just like that, boom, they'll take you out, just like that. Because they got the go. So that's why I would say have food and water. Because any event things transpire or happen, and you don't have to leave your house, you got a little something that you can make it with for a little bit. But yeah, trust and believe, them individuals already here. They're already here. And last live I did, I brought up how Joe Biden. I brought up how another president could actually be seated without an election. I brought it up. Anybody here know how? I can tell you right now how the Democrat Party can get another president seated without an election. And all it takes is this. Kamala Harris, all she have to do is accept a job offer at one of those Fortune 500 companies, right? Then Joe Biden, he have to appoint a VP. Then when he appoint a VP, he can say he feel like he no longer can make decisions because his state of mind, and he could resign, and then that VP that he appointed will be your president, and then that president will have to appoint a new VP. Salute, Sherry from Rhode Island. No, I don't think she was born in the United States. I don't think she was. She can't. I don't think she could be the president, but she can step down and open up the door for somebody else to be the VP. She can resign, and then Joe Biden will appoint who he want to appoint, and then he can resign, and then that person he appointed could become the president, and then that president can appoint another person, and then guess what? He can also pardon Joe Biden and Hunter Biden for any things that they did illegal. This is how deep this stuff run. This is how deep this stuff run. That's how deep it run. So it's all Hollywood. All of it is Hollywood. All of it. You know, all of it is Hollywood. Salute, sir. It's all Hollywood. But those ships, China got ships close by, Russia got ships close by, and it's all announced, but no one want to declare it. If you giving my enemy weapons to fight me, I might as well take the head off the snake. I might as well take the head off the snake. Because without the head, the snake can't survive. So why people walking around being naive, thinking that it can't happen? These things can happen. At the split of a second, the split moment, it can happen. You know, they definitely can happen. But, you know, I don't like to do lives too long. I like to get on here, say what's going on, give my opinion about what's going on, give the Most High glory. Salute to you guys for rocking with me. I rock with y'all, and I'm going to continue to doing these things for you guys. Salute.